What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and how did you all wake up this morning? Maybe some of you all woke up to a hot cup of joe, a nice cup of coffee. Maybe some of you all woke up and took a hot, stinky number two. Maybe some of you all woke up and brushed your teeth. Maybe some of you all woke up and walked your dog and got a nice breath of fresh air. You want to know how I woke up this morning? I woke up to the news that there was an explosion at the Pentagon. As soon as I woke up, I saw I had a lot of messages. The first one I opened up said something happened at the Pentagon. Then I check a couple of more messages. Explosion at the Pentagon. Explosion at the Pentagon. Then I hop on Twitter, I see the Pentagon is trending, and I see a couple of news outlets tweeting about some type of explosion. They even shared a photo. And if you're someone like me, and I know a lot of you all are, we're kind of tapped in, we're plugged in to what's going on in the world. So we're all kind of halfway just sitting around waiting for something like this to happen. And when I see it, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I go to take a quick leak really quick because I'm just waking up. I'm wiping my eyes. I get back on my phone to look at what happened to find out what was going on. And I noticed that some of these media outlets that tweeted about this had deleted their tweets. And I'm looking and I'm trying to find confirmation that something is actually going on. I'm seeing some big accounts tweeting out that, oh, there's an explosion, this and that. But for the life of me, I couldn't get to the bottom of what was going on. There was not enough information out there. Something seemed off. And then I started looking at the photo that was shared, because luckily I saved the photo before these media outlets deleted their tweets and stuff. And I'm looking at the photo and I'm like, that doesn't necessarily look like the Pentagon. So, no, this looks kind of wonky. This photo looks kind of wonky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it just so turns out that someone, I don't know who's behind it, I'm looking into it right now, and from what I've gathered so far, it looks like even multiple accounts, like at the same time, they tweeted this AI-generated image, I guess, of an explosion at the Pentagon. You're looking at the image right here. Now, several mainstream news outlets picked up on this. News outlets overseas, I follow a lot of news accounts from overseas, and honestly, I find that oftentimes you get more truth out of those news outlets about what's going on in America than you do American news outlets. So I'm seeing like overseas outlets reporting on this, but I can no longer find any mainstream media from America reporting on it. A lot of accounts had deleted their tweets. And I'm looking at the image. Like I said, it's AI. These accounts, from what I've seen so far, it looks like we had several accounts just tweet this at the same time. Now, several mainstream news outlets picked up on this, and a lot of news outlets from overseas were reporting on this story and sharing this image as well. I follow a lot of like overseas news outlets because sometimes I find that it's easier to get the truth about what's happening in America when it's reported in another country as opposed to our mainstream media here that likes to, spread propaganda and switch up the real details about whatever news story they're covering at the time. So news outlets were picking up this AI-generated image, and they were spreading this news as if it was real. Now, mind you, this all took place over a span of like a few minutes. My phone goes off tons and tons and tons, explosion at the Pentagon, explosion at the Pentagon. I look, I'm like, oh my God, explosion at the Pentagon. I go pee real quick and I come back and I'm like, wait, no explosion at the Pentagon? Just like that, things were happening that quickly. But you see, folks, this is what I was warning you all about. You know, I've been making these videos talking about the dangers of artificial intelligence. And here we have a situation as serious as there being an explosion at the Pentagon, and someone shares not even a good image. This isn't even high quality AI generated image. I mean, these AI generated images can look way better than this. And they're advancing at this technology so quickly that soon you're not going to be able to tell the difference. Now, this image that was shared had real life effects. It affected the stock market heavily. Multiple news sources were reporting it as if it was real. The S&P 500 fell 30 points in just minutes. This resulted in a $500 billion market cap swing, all because of this fake image. Within minutes, a $500 billion swing in the stock market. We had stocks rapidly dropping. Now they've corrected themselves now that we all know that this was a fake news story or this was a AI generated image. But that's how quickly something like this can have real life and real world effects. I woke up almost in a panic, like, damn, okay, I guess we're at it now. World War III has started, or is this a false flag? What's going on? There's so many things going through my mind. And just like that, bam, very easily someone shared, or a group of someone's. I'm really wondering why this even happened today. I mean, will people start doing stuff like this purposely to swing the stock market? Do they do this to create panic? What's the real motive? Is this just one big joke? Or is this something the government is in on? I don't know, but there are two other very weird stories. And I'm not saying these stories are connected to this, but they're very weird nonetheless. And I think that maybe, possibly, we could draw some connections. And I'm going to get into those stories tomorrow. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We need to start getting those likes up on these videos. Drop comments down below. But yeah, this is just another perfect example of what we're going to be dealing with in the future. And how quickly it all happened is so weird to me. How many of you all woke up and saw this news? Or did it happen so quickly that you didn't even know? It's like a blip, a quick little blip on the radar. And it really seems odd to me that the mainstream media isn't talking about this even more, considering the fact that they were tricked. You know what I mean? They were tricked. Everyone around the world was tricked, all by a kind of obvious fake AI image that had real world effects, to the point that hundreds of billions of dollars were lost in a matter of moments in the stock market. Now, if this can happen at this point, you see, technology, my iPad is talking to me and stuff. See, I'm telling you all, we got to be careful. But if this could happen at this point, imagine a few years down the line. I think today, it was the perfect warning. But the fact is, no one's going to listen to this warning. People are going to continue doing what they do with AI, and we're going to continue living in this world where it's hard to tell fact from fiction. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.